Welcome to Review Racer YouTube channel.
Looking for the best vintage stereo receiver for under $200? So the reason I'm writing this article is that every audiophile wants to feel nostalgic after knowing what the product of the day is. The charm of vintage audio equipment is undeniable for audiophiles. Today, we are going to talk about an important part of our music system, the stereo receiver. And users believe that vintage models outperform modern parts much better. 1. Sherwood RX4508. The Sherwood RX4508 is a two-channel model with a powerful amplifier generating 200 watts per channel. The receiver is built in a minimalist style and provides high sound quality. The front panel is highlighted with a minimal set of controllers, 6 small buttons and volume control. A little higher up there is a glossy panel with a display. A set of connectors is located on the rear panel, terminals for speakers, audio input, and phono output. The RX4508 produces solid sound pressure in the room, but what can you expect from the best stereo receiver under $200? The volume and tone of the low and high frequencies are adjusted via digital control, and the switching is done by an electronic selector. The speakers are simply excellent. The device delivers clear bass and supports the lowest fundamental frequency sound range. Along with an FM/AM tuner with 30 stations of memory, the receiver has a built-in radio module that allows you to connect any device via Bluetooth. 2. Yamaha RS202BL. The Yamaha RS202BL is an inexpensive two-channel receiver that provides 100 watts of power per channel. There is a remote control in the kit along with the receiver. It is convenient and has a set of buttons needed for control. The appearance of the device is minimalistic, but attractive. The receiver body is made of black matte metal, as you should have on the best stereo receivers under $200. The quality of manufacture is high, and in general, the Yamaha RS202 gives the impression of a competently made device. The receiver's rear panel has a minimal set of required connectors, analog audio inputs, speaker terminals, and FM/AM antenna connectors. The front panel contains the controls and a small display. The receiver connects to your home audio system very simply. 3. Sherwood RX4208. The design of the receiver is kept in the style of Sherwood's RX line. The black matte case looks big and heavy. The front panel has a glossy panel with a circular controller and display. The amplifier has a pair of analog line inputs and 2 stereo outputs. Additional devices can be connected to the receiver if required. A well-developed system of input and switching functions allows you to establish all connections once and then forget them using only the remote control. The RX4208 has a power of 100 watts per channel, which is sufficient for a two-channel receiver. The sound lives up to expectations as it is clear, detailed, and carefully balanced. The Sherwood RX4208 includes support for discrete amplifier stage technology thanks to the developers creating a powerful Class A/B amplifier. 4. Sony STRDH190. This is an excellent two-channel stereo receiver under $200 from Sony with an amplifier output of 100 watts per channel. This is the best vintage stereo receiver of all time that allows you to create clear sound images of your favorite recordings. The Sony STRDH190 has a solid design and is arguably the best stereo receiver under $200. The receiver is rather thin and made in a dark color. Controls are on the front panel. There is a volume knob and input selector, a set of buttons for tuning, and a power button. Above the control is a small display that shows only the necessary information. 5. Sherwood RX4105. The RX4105 is worth considering if you don't need a wireless or HDMI connection. This inexpensive two-channel receiver supplies 100 watts or 50 watts if 4 speakers are active at once to each channel and has a TDAS configuration. This results in high transparency of the sound, deep, accurately drawn bass, upbeat treble, and a solid, varied midline. The sound output offers a lot of intensity and clarity along with a rich soundstage. The frequency response is distinct in the 20 to 20,000 Hz range. As with AM/FM connections, speaker connections are marked with spring-loaded terminals. Sources can be connected via 6 dual RCA ports and a 1/4-inch headphone port. The front panel has a simple layout with large response buttons for each input and a tone direct function. The latter sets the treble and bass to 0 to ensure a flat response to the source signal. If you need tone control, you can access it via a small button on the right or a dedicated control on the remote. The speaker set A or B is selected via a small round button on the receiver. 6. Sherwood RX5502. The total power of this receiver delivers 100 watts to each of the 4 supported channels, making 400 watts. As with many Sherwood units, speaker control allows all connected sets to sound at once. The Room 2 feature also allows you to choose the exact configuration you need. This means you can choose the number and composition of regions to play at one time. Powered by this affordable 2-channel receiver, the sound is great, with a 20 to 20,000 Hz frequency range, decent bass, detailed treble, and mids. The low end may lack a bit of power while keeping the main line accurate. The treble tends to be a bit muffled at the extremes, but generally sounds varied and solid. Mid has a wide range and unique characteristics. 7. Sony STRDH130. The Sony STRDH130 is an entry-level 2-channel AV receiver. Its design combines plastic and matte metal surfaces. With 2 controls, a headphone input, and a small display, numerous control buttons occupy the entire front panel. The manufacturing quality is high. The receiver rear panel has multiple analog inputs, an AM/FM tuner, 2 audio outputs, and speaker terminals. The STRDH130 is a 100-watt per channel home stereo receiver with excellent amplifier output. It can produce a very pleasant sound with no discernible interference and no distortion at peak volumes, and the receiver can supply balanced power to the speakers. 8. Sherwood RX4109. Its high output power and full discrete configuration have earned the RX4109 a reputation as the best stereo receiver under $200. It provides purely balanced sound and can be connected to multiple analog and digital sources. The speaker A/B function adds versatility to the receiver. The output of this model is 105 watts per channel, with a separate amplifier assigned to each channel. The result is true sound with a deep soundstage, sharp images, and clear expression of voices and instruments. The bass is massive and robust, and there is no muddying up to the very low frequencies. The subwoofer sound is also clear, and the correlation and frequency distribution between the speakers is accurate. The receiver confidently produces distinctly distinct mids and precisely shaped highs. They remain adequate even at high volumes.
Like, share, subscribe to Review Racer channel.